So, thought I'll make this topic on choosing signals with women and how you can go about interpreting these choosing signals. And the main reason why I'm making this video, well, one of my followers actually requested, just some help with how to know if a girl's choosing you and, how to go about acting in those situations as a man. So, look, I'm here to share some wisdom, some knowledge, some insight on this topic, and how you should go about it. So, firstly, I just want to say, look, I've got I've had an operation last night, so that's why I'm wearing this bandage on my head. But it's okay. I'm here to record this video and help men on this topic. So, let's get straight into it. Now, choosing signals. First of all, I'm going to say that the only way women are going to choose you, okay, is if you purely are, being the best version of yourself. And when I mean best version, I mean you're physically in good shape. You're looking after your physical appearance, things you have control over. You're well groomed. Your hair's all right. You're dressing nice, and you're at least 8 to 12% body fat. I always say that region, but that's the most attractive region for a man, like to be in that percentile of body fat. You've got good mental health, you're striving for more, so you've got ambitions in life, and you're working, you're on your grind, and you're ready to meet someone, to eventually settle down. And settle down, I mean, you're done sort of playing the field, you want to meet someone long term, and you don't want to lose opportunities, right? Because when you're a man who's on your purpose and you're self-improving and you look the part, you will be presented with a lot of opportunities from women. And I see a lot of men missing opportunities with women, okay? And that's why I'm here to make this video, so I can at least wake you up to your potential and embracing these opportunities, right? So let's get straight into it. I'm going to start with the gym, right? Because the gym's a really good place to, I would say, meet girls. All right, now the reason why I say the gym is because, look, if you're someone that's, as I said, within that 8 to 12% body fat region, you already look rare. Now, your competition with other men, majority of guys that are in the gym look very average, right? They look the same year after year, and they don't put in as much work as you do, right? And when you're putting in work, you're self-disciplined, you're transforming your physique, you understand fitness, you understand nutrition, you're consistent, okay? Your results then speak for themselves, and you then put yourself in a rare bracket, which allows you to have more access to women, okay? And by being in this rare bracket, you get the advantages of having women come to you, right? You don't have to sit there chasing women and approaching random women and stuff like that. They will put themselves in your vicinity, okay? And let me explain how, and you need to make sure you don't miss these opportunities and act upon it, right? So I'm going to use the gym as an example. So when you're in your flow state, you're training, you've got your pump going on, you've got your veins throbbing through your t-shirt, and you're on a pump, right? You're feeling good. You notice there's a girl staring at you, right? And you find her attractive, you find her cute. You see her staring at you. In this instance, when she's staring at you, don't look to the ground, don't look away, give her a look and look at her, right? Don't stare at her like a creep, but just give her a look that you're acknowledging her as well, right? Give her a look and just sort of stare at her. When you give her a look and you stare at her and do it in a masculine way like that, she's going to look away, right? When she looks away, you've already won that competition there. She's just testing you out to see, if you're a man, if you're confident, and by you just looking at her, you're showing the right initiative to to confidence and to taking lead of that situation, right? Now, there are also men out there that are ripped, that don't have the confidence, right? But I'll tell you this, bro, if you've already worked so hard to build a physique, you already know that you look rare walking down the street compared to 90% of men that are out there. Don't feel less confident, feel confident, feel proud of the body that you've made, right? Like, it's taken you, consistent self-discipline, effort, eating right, eating clean, saying no to nights where your friends might want to drink. You're like, you've made these sacrifices, right? And by making these sacrifices, you should have more self-love for yourself. You should be proud of yourself, of what you've transformed. And I want you to embrace these situations. Don't feel shy, don't feel anything like that. Just think in your head, right, you know what? I know what I've done is exceptional. I'm proud of how I look in the mirror. I'm happy how I look. Trust me, every girl that looks at you is perceiving you in a higher status. The moment you start looking at the ground when she stares at you and stuff like that, you're just demoting yourself. Why do that? Because you've already built up your character, your physique. You should already have that extra confidence of knowing your worth, that you're rare. Okay, so that's just a little confidence boost for the men out there who are ripped, rare, but don't have much confidence, right? Just own it, man. Just own it, because she doesn't know otherwise, right? Like, whatever you're feeling, just own it. Okay, so that's just a tip there. But look, now with the whole gym situation, the girl giving you the looks, okay, you stare at her, she looks away, perfect. Now what's going to happen is you keep training, you keep going about your grind. She's going to now mysteriously just appear within your vicinity, and this is where it gets beautiful, right? The girl will just start training near you. She will start sort of doing those workouts where, like, she wants you to, like, check her out. Like, she'll be wearing the tightest shit ever, and, like, she'll just want, she'll start bending over, doing all these moves, whatever it might be, right? She wants to get your attention. Don't sit there and start drooling over it. You just keep training and doing your thing, all right? Keep your mind focused on your workout, but just also have that indication that, all right, cool, she's come within my vicinity. And look, she will stay within your vicinity for majority of that workout, right? And I'm just speaking from experience, so I'm just telling you, if this happens to you, just not to let this opportunity go to waste. Act upon it. If you feel that the girl is cute, she's attractive, and you want to get to know her a bit more, right? She'll stay within your vicinity. Once she stays within your vicinity, bro, you just keep doing your workout. Now, once you get to a phase where you've completed your set, you're about to start another set, you go take a bit of a water break, okay, and go to the toilet, freshen up a little bit. You come back, right? When you come back, you see her still within your vicinity, and she's kind of still looking at you through the mirror, because there's so many mirrors at the gym. In this instance, what I would highly recommend is you just go up to her and introduce yourself. That's all you need to do, right? You know that, okay, let's say she's a girl that you've seen a few times in the gym. This is all you need to say. Just introduce yourself with your name, because it's a polite thing to do. You're being a gentleman, okay? So don't think it's corny or it's weird or anything like that, okay? Change your belief system. Just say, hey, my name is Dimmy. Nice to meet you. I've seen you here train before. I just didn't want to be rude. Just introducing myself, And then she'll start talking, blah, blah, blah. Just say, how long you been training here for, roughly? You've been here for a while, right? Like, just start doing a little small talk, all right? Whatever comes to mind at the time, because whatever I tell you now will not be the exact thing that you could say in every circumstance, right? But if you've seen her a few times, she's training there, just go, I've seen you a few times training here. Just thought I didn't want to be rude, and I'll just introduce myself. My name's Dimmy. Nice to meet you, right? Leave it short, leave it brief. If you feel like you're getting good vibes from her, just go, look, you're always training at this time, or like, is this like, what time do you normally, train? If you see her like a couple of times, at a certain time, then sometimes at a different time, like, so you catch her maybe twice a week at this time when you're training, and then you don't see her again, till the next week. Just out of curiosity, go, do you train here often at this time, or like, what time do you normally train? And then just go, oh yeah, cool, yeah, I'll train around this time too. She'll ask questions about you. Keep it short and sweet. Go, look, all right, lovely to meet ya. Lovely to meet you. And you obviously ask for her name. Remember her name. Don't forget her name, right? If her name's Melissa, just go, Melissa, nice to meet you. I'll see you around, okay? And leave it at that. Now you've already gauged when she kind of trains, okay? You know roughly what time she trains, like whether it's like, Wednesdays and Fridays, whatever it might be, okay? And because you said you train Wednesday and Fridays around that time, let's say it's Wednesday that you find, like you initiate this conversation, Friday will come, right? When Friday comes, you go again, you see her again, right? And you just, don't be cold or anything like that. Just go, hey Melissa, how are you? How you going? And then just start a bit of small talk. How's your day been? Blah, blah, blah. Do you work? Start a bit of small talk. Okay, then after that, if you're getting the good vibes from her, what you could do is either second or third interaction, because you don't want to do on the first, because women like to be comfortable, okay? They don't like guys that are too desperate in that sense where they put them on the spot. Women are very shy. They've got their guard up, okay? It could be from past relationships, whatever, okay? But either way, we need to understand that the first interaction, knowing that she trains at that gym, like regularly, should just be about you introducing yourself, her feeling comfortable, going, okay, cool, his name's Dimmy, Mad, yeah, that's about it. Leave it at that, okay? The second, third interaction, it's up to you if you want to do it on the second or third. I'll let you be the judge and see how you feel the energy is, how the energy is. You gauge, based on conversation and interaction. But when you see her the next time, you just basically, hi Melissa, how's your day? And then you just say, look, are you local or where are you from, right? You just pull something like that. That's what I would normally do. And she would, when you say local, like, do you live around the area? Like, where are you from? Like, roughly, like, she'd be like, oh, I come, from 20 minutes away. Just go, oh yeah, nice. Go, look, I was going to say, there's this really nice juice bar, okay, or yogurt smoothie place. Like, pick an healthy option, right? Because obviously the girl's fit. She's trying to live a healthy lifestyle. You don't want to be suggesting, like, do you want to go get a drink or alcohol or something like that? Because that's stupid. Like, that's, like, not everyone that goes to the gym drinks, right? Majority of them don't. So you should just use something like, do you want to go get a juice or something? And then we'll go for a walk. Maybe sometime next week if you're free, right? Just drop that. If she's keen, she'll say, oh, sure, all right, that sounds like a nice idea. Because you've got to remember this, women are not going to really come up and start talking to you in the gym, right? You have to make them drop their guard. Once they drop their guard, feel comfortable, that's when they start talking, and they'll start talking about themselves and so forth. But we don't want to be having too long conversations in the gym. We just want to introduce ourselves, get the number, and then save the conversation for the first date, right? So in this instance, I would say, let's get a juice next week, blah, blah, blah. She'll say, sure, all right, that sounds like a really nice idea. Go, cool, okay, what's your number? I generally like to get the mobile number. Reason being is, if I go for the Instagram or whatever, her inbox is going to be more than likely flooded with other guys messaging her, right? You want to be rare, and because you already look rare, you get the upper hand to kind of ask what you want, okay? And I've done this before with girls with 1,000 followers on the Instagram. I didn't even have Instagram, and I just got the number, telephone number. They didn't go, oh, can you give me your Instagram instead? Because I was rare, they wrote their number down on a paper and gave it to me, right? Like, this was in the past, right? But anyway, go for the number. If she wants to just start with by giving you the Instagram and she wants to talk to her, that's fine, okay? Don't be like forceful or anything like that. Get whatever you can get, okay, in that sense, and then organize that date. So just after that, a day or two later, or even whatever, that day, whenever you feels right, okay? Don't be like playing these avoiding games and stuff. Like, just message her and go, hey, it's blah, blah, blah. If you get a number, just go, hey, it's Dimmy from the gym. Just giving you my number. And then she'll message you back going, hey, all right, awesome, nice. And, start talking, how are you, blah, blah, blah. Does it say good, start a bit of small talk and go, look, listen, what's your schedule like next week? I'm normally free. I've got a couple of nights free during the week. Say that. Don't make it look like you're available every single day of the week, right? Just say, I've got a couple of days free during the week. What's your schedule like next week? We should go get a juice and we'll go for a walk, yeah? Because at least that just implies that it's not too forced. It's not like you're asking for dinner or something so serious. Okay, it's just basically you're keeping it healthy, you're going for a walk, everything's all kind of fitness, health related. That's why when you're already in a good physical shape as a man and you see a girl and she looks after her physical health as well, it just makes the overall experience a lot easier, right? So do that if it's a girl at the gym. And look, about first dates and what to say and go, how to act on first dates and so forth, I'll make a separate video about that. This is purely just about, you know, gauging signals from a girl and how to act upon it. So this is the gym. This, I would say, is a good opportunity because it allows a girl, because you're both on your purpose, you're both in good moods because you're releasing, you know, dopamine, like the happy chemical. Everything's all a good vibe there. Like, it's never a negative vibe at the gym. Like, no one goes to the gym all miserable, right? Like, they might come to the gym in a pissed off manner, but they don't leave in a pissed off manner. They leave happy because they've released dopamine, right? So that's the gym. Now, real life, public interactions, or let's say social gatherings. Let's say a friend of yours has a party, you've got like a birthday party, a lunch, whatever it might be, right? And you notice, you know, there's a couple of girls there. Look, don't feel strange or awkward, I know, as I say this, right? Because you've already got the green light by being in a social gathering that you're a trusted friend of so-and-so, right? So you already are, I guess, you're already vetted in a way, yeah? So the girl's not going to think, who's this random creep? It's not like you're at a nightclub where you got to sell yourself and all that. That's why I don't like, you know, getting into like signals in nightclubs and all that, because it just involves alcohol and it just becomes a mess. So let's say you're at a gathering, social gathering, girl's checking you out. She starts, you know, you approach her, you go, hey, you know, my name's Dimmy, nice to meet ya, introduce yourself. Nothing ever goes wrong as a man when you introduce yourself and you just purely are just being genuinely friendly like that, right? Introduce yourself, do it in a way where you maintain eye contact, don't look at the floor, and, you know, just, you know, and give her a kiss on the cheek. Go, hey, my name's Dimmy, and give her a kiss on the cheek. Yeah, that's it. So just be polite, keep it masculine, keep it nice, yeah? Now, after you interact like that, you start talking to her, you know at this social gathering that you're probably not going to see her again, right? So this is a one-off instance, whereas the gym, you're seeing her multiple times. In this instance, social gathering, it's a friend of a friend, it's a party that happens once a year, you see this girl, right? You like her, you have a good conversation with her, and you don't want to lose the opportunity, right? So in this instance, I would just purely say, you know, start talking to her. What do you do with yourself? And let girls do the majority of the talking, yeah? As men, let girls do the talking. Let them talk about themselves, let them rant about themselves. That's what we want, right? Get them comfortable, let them do the talking. Once they start talking, you ask them, what do you do with yourself, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's interesting. You know, what's your ambitions in life? You know, start throwing those sort of questions where they got to think a little bit, right? Start doing those ones. Anyway, in this gathering, when you get to the point where the night's maybe coming to an end, you both had a good time, you've interacted, you vibed, it's a good vibe, all the energy's positive. In that instance, you need to get her number or her social media. You should say, look, I'm probably not going to see you again until probably maybe next year or whenever this party happens again, but it was lovely meeting you. I'd love to get to know you better, like outside this social gathering. Would you be interested in, you know, we'll just go for a coffee or we'll go for a walk sometime, get a juice, you know, or ice cream or something. Just keep it cute and casual, right? Say that. Once you say that to the girl and you've already built up that kind of foundation of a good conversation during that gathering, she's going to give you the number, man. You already looked the part. You've already had a good conversation with her. You did a lot, let her do a lot of talking. She's comfortable with you. She's going to give you the number. You tee up a date, okay? Message her within, like, don't leave it for too long. If you get a number on a Saturday, message her by like Sunday and just go, hey, it's Dimmy. This is my number. I met you last night. It was lovely meeting you. Looking forward to catching up with you next week. Got a few days off next week. What's your schedule like, right? And just go from there, and just go from there. So that's another way you can do it. Third interaction opportunity that you'd have with a girl is her coming up to you and approaching you, right? It's a little bit rare, but this is really if a girl fancies you, yeah? And in this instance, I'm going to use my current girlfriend as an example, because look, when we met, I was walking around at least 10-11% body fat, right? Ripped, in a singlet, had good energy. I've got good charisma, you know, which I've built up over the years, but had good energy about me. Was in a really positive mood, you know, and I was just vibing. As I was vibing, she could sense that, and she just started talking to me, right? So when you're in a good mood, good energy, you're not so serious, girls will come and approach you. It's not as common, but they will, right? And my girl approached me in this situation where she normally doesn't, like, this is something she normally doesn't do, and I could tell because what came out of her mouth was very, how can I say, it was very, it was shy and cute, but also confident at the same time. Like, yeah, I just remember she said something like, you know, oh, would you like to try this with me, or something like that, right? Along those lines. I'm not going to get too much into detail about that, but she, you know, she offered, like, she wanted me involved with, you know, what she was trying to do, right? Like, we were at a shop, and, you know, there was an item there, and she was like, do you want to try it with me? Like, you know, and then I was just like it was like a food, yeah, and like, yeah, she was like, do you want to try this with me? And I was like, in my head, I was like, what? Like, who's this? Because I didn't know, like, I didn't pay attention to her because I was actually on the phone talking to a friend, and then she kind of just butted in and said it because it was cute. I could tell she did it out of shyness. This is not someone that does this often, right? Because she was like, do you want to try like this? And like, I was just like, what? And I was like, but because I've got like experience with women, I was like, I just went with it. I went with the flow, right? Like, we don't know what opportunities we're missing out on life. So I just was like, yeah, all right, no worries, right? She's like, have you tried this before? You know, she started talking. I was like, no, I haven't. But she's like, do you want to try it with me? And I don't know, I just thought it was a joke, but I was like, yeah, all right, cool. So I just went and I played along with it. And anyway, moral to this story is that she approached me. If I was overweight, if I didn't have charisma, if I wasn't positive, good energy, she would not have, if I was serious, she would not have approached me. She would have just, I guess she probably just wouldn't have acknowledged me or even noticed me. But because I was, you know, someone that looked rare, and within that area, I was, to be honest, I was probably like, without sounding arrogant, I was the best person. I was in the best shape compared to like everyone in that area, right? So I stood out a lot, and she approached me regardless of what she said, whatever. She still approached me, found me somewhat approachable, started mumbling these words that didn't really make sense, but it was like, you know, she was drawn to me, like, in a way, right? And we were overseas, right, at this time. So this is a moment where, like, we know we won't see each other again, like, if this interaction didn't happen. So she kind of just put her best foot forward and took advantage of the opportunity in a good way. And I'm so grateful she did, because I didn't notice her, to be honest, until she approached me, because I was too busy on the phone talking to, you know, one of these shop owners, and you know, just keeping my energy going. And until she started talking to me, that's when I was like, okay, who's this little cutie, you know? And it was just so easy, like, it just flowed so easily. Like, she was interested, I was interested in getting to know her, she was the same. We exchanged details. Next thing you know, we've got a date teed up the next day, and yeah, it all just flowed from there. Now she's my girlfriend to this day, and you know, she's a long-term relationship partner for me. And how interesting is this? This is what I'm saying. Signals, like opportunities, these all happen when you're purely trying to be the best version of yourself, bro. Like, don't just say, oh, it's only because you were lucky. It's not like that, man. If you can't view the world like that. You have to view everything like, I'm being my best version of myself. I trust in the universe, in God. He will put me with the right person at the right time, and it will happen if you're purely being the best version of yourself, yeah? So they're the three choosing signals, right? Either gym, social gatherings, in public, you know, a girl coming to approach you. Having said that, look, all girls that play, you know, choosing signals and so forth, not all of them are girls that can be vetted. Some of them are just attention seekers. You know, some of them are girls that have boyfriends, so they're, you know, they are those girls that are just seeking validation from somewhere else, right, and going about it the wrong way. So obviously you're gonna obviously come across this, right, as a man. I can't say you're gonna have a perfect dating streak. Like, I'd be lying if I said that, right? It's also happened to me too. Like, I've spoken to girls and they've been girls with, like, the wrong girls that you don't want to settle down with these girls, right? But in the midst of all the crap, there are the good girls if you purely are being the best version of yourself, right? And that's why I say these opportunities, these choosing signals, they come to you when you're looking rare. Be confident in yourself, brother. Don't not feel confident, because you should already be proud of your self-discipline, your worth. Hold yourself to the highest regard and project that onto the female. She doesn't know any different until you start showing that you're weak, you're shy. So just keep a strong stature about you. And what I could recommend is, the more you go and approach these women that are showing you choosing signals, that are coming within your vicinity, that are striking up conversations with you, the more you act upon, if you find them attractive and cute, the more you act upon these situations and not let them slide. Because at the end of the day, this is what's going to happen. If you put your ego, this is your ego, right? Your ego is going to be like, oh, I'll talk to her next time, or you'll start doing that bullshit. Next time doesn't happen. She ends up, you never see her again, and then in your mind, what's going to happen? It's going to replay and go, you're so fucking weak. You missed out on that opportunity. And that could have been a girl that you could have settled down with, bro, right? And I don't want you to miss these opportunities, because I've done this before in my younger days, and I've missed opportunities. And it's okay, we live and learn, but I don't want that to happen to you, because that guilt will swallow you as soon as your ego goes down and the girl's out of your vicinity. You're going to be like, fuck, why didn't I approach her, man? She was showing me all the signs, and I put my ego up there and I didn't act upon it. I don't want you to be like that. I want you to make the most of opportunities. So just embrace it, and just know that the worst case scenario is she's gonna say no for whatever reason, okay? But that's okay, because when you deal with no's in life, it just makes you more confident. It makes you more stronger as a man when you come back to your next interaction with a female. It gives you way more confidence. If you're someone struggling with a bit of confidence, go use those techniques I've advised. And if they don't work out, just look at it like this. Well, if I didn't approach her, I would still be in the same situation anyway. So at least I had the balls and courage to approach her, and I will learn from this lesson, and eventually I'll meet the right girl. Just have that positive mind, yeah? And when you have that positive mindset and you have that resilience about you, okay, you end up getting better. You start forming better skills, like better communication skills. Certain things don't bother you in a sense, like if a girl says, sorry, I'm not interested, whatever, right? But as I said, make it more towards your advantage, right? And that's why I say, when you're ripped, when you're rare, when you're on your purpose, on your grind, you look after your appearance, okay, your haircut, your beard, whatever it might be. You look after the things you have control over as a man. You smell good, you're hygienic. Then you already put yourself in a rare category, which makes the approaching, I should say, 10 times easier than someone who hasn't worked on themselves.